This morning on The Dish, we raise a glass to a drink that's gaining in popularity. In the past year, wine sales in the U.S. have risen 11%, thanks in part to the pandemic. But one area where sales have surged is canned wines. That's right, canned wines up 68% from last year, totaling more than $188 million. Selling wine in a can, of course, breaks with tradition, but the industry is taking note. Dana Jacobson found out how two very different winemakers reached the same conclusion: to sell their wine in cans.
The Damianos family has been making wine for 40 years. Their Pindar Vineyards is the largest and oldest family-owned winery on Long Island, producing up to 70,000 cases of wine each year. But it wasn't until 2019 that they went from selling strictly bottles to cans.
When you were a kid around the vineyard, did you ever think that you would be producing wine in a can?
No, that was the farthest part. We were always producing wines in bottle with a cork finish. No, I didn't think cans would be this popular.
Pindar Damianos, whose father Dan started the business in 1979, quickly found out otherwise, selling every single can from the winery's first batch.
And there's the finished product.
What was it that made you say, we need to try doing a canned wine?
On Long Island, obviously, we live on an island surrounded by beautiful water. I think the cans give you that flexibility, that convenience to take it to the beach, go on the boat, take it to the park without having to deal with glass and a cork and an opener.
I tasted the strawberry, though, at the very end.
Although cans were new for this generations-old winery, Damianos didn't want to disappoint his loyal customers. The answer? Take their two most popular wines and sell them in smaller, more portable cans.
Can you taste any difference at all?
No, they were bottled the same exact. Our customers come and say, is there a taste difference? And I give them a taste of both, and they can't see a difference between the can and the bottle. That's the winter white in the bottle.
Right.
It was something we wanted to test for ourselves.
And then I have the can.
It is still weird hearing the
It
pop
is, yep.
for wine, but that's okay. It's just different. I shouldn't say weird.
Yep.
It's just different. I like that. I like that. Really refreshing.
Yeah, very
really
good.
refreshing.
Really great with seafood and other foods.
Same taste.
Yeah, same taste.
And I basically work with vineyards and growers that are in areas that are not as prevalent.
Across the country in Northern California, the taste comparison between bottles and cans is a non-issue for Wine Society. After a trip to Napa Valley, Ohio native Angela Allison and her husband Austin started the company with the plan to sell wine strictly in a can.
You're the Ohio girl coming in and you're telling Wine Country, I want to put wine in cans and that's it, no bottles. What was that reception like?
Totally not what I expected. And it was actually more embracing. People were excited about it, and they realized, even growers and facilities that have been here for so long, realized that there was a need for change in the industry.
Using grapes from the nearby Sassoon Valley and some of Napa's top winemakers, Wine Society produces cans of red, white, and rosé. And the industry is taking notice. Wine Society's red blend, Tempt, took a gold medal at last year's Tasters Guild competition and a platinum award at the International Wine and Spirits competition, the highest rating for a canned wine.
Your wine was a canned wine going up against bottled wine.
Correct.
What did that mean?
It definitely changed the industry and definitely changed their perception from, people who are, in the judging all the way to consumers. It's helped all around.
And what is it about canned wine that is working? Because it's existed for a while, but not in the amount that we're seeing now. So what's working with canned wine now?
So it's the price, the quality, and the convenience is really working for consumers, and it's still so new. Some people don't even know that great wine can come in a can, and that's what we're trying to really, make apparent to the world.
Is canned wine a game changer for the industry at all?
It's been the most accelerated growth area in the industry for the last few years.
Eric Asimov is chief wine critic for the New York Times.
It just makes a lot of sense to put wine in cans. They're lighter, they save money on shipping. People tell me they're easier to recycle than glass.
Does having wine in a can take away from anything, the experience, anything like that?
No, because of the kind of wine you're putting in a can. You wouldn't put a fancy wine or a wine that's intended to age for years in a can. I don't think you should judge wine by the container. You know, the container is just an innocent object. You know, it's the people who make the wine who are in charge of the quality.
People like the Damianos family,
I was going to get a bottle, but we haven't had. You're getting 4 bottles, right? I know.
who despite the pandemic continue to serve wine to their loyal but now masked customers on Long Island.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you later. Take care.
Yep.
All right?
See you next week.
As for Angela Allison, when we caught up with her last week, we learned that Wine Society had made inroads in an unexpected place: restaurants.
We never thought that we would be in, you know, sort of a white tablecloth environment. But again, like not being able to serve by the glass, it opened it up. They still wanted that experience where a customer could have, you know, something on their table.
Presented for you now this morning, the ultimate taste test. So we've got what? We have the bottle here and we have the can. So this is, Tony, right, says it's the exact same wine, right? Just put in different places.
So let's try. This is the, you're doing the bottle.
This is the bottle.
Can. Very sweet. A little tart.
Okay.
Not bad. It's early, so you know. Bottle.
Be as official about this as possible.
It tastes a little different. I feel like the can's a little bit sweeter.
Little bit. You're right.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Where's the cheese? Where's the olives?
Where are the
Come on,
rest of the
Brian.
hors d'oeuvres? No, it's interesting, as Dana notes there, and as the Times critic said, lighter, saves money on shipping, easier to recycle, seems to make sense, and doesn't appear to taste that much. Is one darker?
Looks like about the same.
The analyzation will continue.
I know, and I see you over there trying to be all extra with the before you take it. Just drink it.
I was just trying to be fancy about it.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
it doesn't look really
8:43 in the
stupid.
morning. You don't have to be
What are you
fancy.
doing, Jeff? Jeez.